Are you prepared to surpass your constraints and reach the unearthable? We are revealing the mental secrets of Miyamoto Musashi, one of the greatest fighters in history, in this video to enable you to see your wildest goals come true, think more broadly, and conquer any challenge. Dream large, but also discover how to enable the impossible. Step 1. Challenge your current limits. Every road toward excellence starts with pushing your present limitations. We often find ourselves caught in a set of limits we have unintentionally approved. These boundaries are only our mental ones. They are not actual. One of the best swordsmen in history, Miyamoto Musashi, thought that you have to push over the limitations others, including yourself, have set on you if you are to flourish. Constant expansion defined Musashi's life. He never became content. He always aimed higher. He sought out fresh challenges instead of basking in his laurels when he conquered an adversary. His search was for mastery and continual development, not only for survival. To think more broadly, you have to question what you consider to be realistic. Your present limits are only a starting point. Ask yourself each time you run across a challenge, what would happen if I pushed beyond this? Musashi's road to mastery was one of embracing rather than avoiding obstacles. The toughest fights he engaged in were against his own constraints rather than those of others. He advised us that discomfort leads to growth, that is, from boldly entering the unknown. You stop playing little and start to extend when you challenge your boundaries. Don't merely follow the limitations others impose upon you. Look toward the horizon and know you are capable of far more than you could possibly imagine. Beyond the known, push yourself to aim for what appears unattainable. You go closer to your ultimate potential every time you surpass your initial belief to be feasible. Step 2. Surround yourself with bold thinkers. The people Musashi surrounded himself with had among the most important effects on his career. Musashi never secluded himself from the world over his lifetime. Rather, he sought people who would push him, mentor him, and motivate him to see more broadly. He knew that your attitude, development, and potential all directly reflect the company you keep. Thinking greater calls for surrounding yourself with audacious people who inspire you to do the same since they believe in the impossibility. These folks push your limits, help you see farther ahead, and bring fresh ideas into your life. The appropriate people can let you see opportunities you might never have thought of. Surrounded with the weak or lazy, Musashi did not grow great. He decided to be with people motivated by purpose, those striving to master their trade or their life. In the same vein, you have to assemble a group of people unconcerned about small dreams. Their manner of thinking will reflect on you and push you to reject your former methods of thinking. Surrounded by brilliant people, your own ideas start to change. These people inspire you to venture outside your comfort zone into the field of possibilities. They will challenge you to widen your perspective and let you settle for mediocrity. Always choose your friends carefully since they will either increase or decrease your possibilities. Step 3. Visualize massive success daily. Musashi's teachings hold that the intellect has unparalleled power. He realized long before the blade is drawn, victory starts in the mind. Every outstanding success begins as a vision. Should you be able to see it, you can reach it. Musashi worked his swordsmanship intellectually as well as physically. He saw himself conquering obstacles, beating rivals, and reaching mastery. His success revolved mostly on this mental preparation. You have to include visualization into your regular activities if you want to think bigger and reach the impossible. Imagine you succeeding, reaching your objectives, and living your dreams. Visualizing is about mentally getting ready for the roadblocks, challenges, and successes rather than only about envisioning the ultimate result. You start to be more driven to pursue the result when you can clearly see it in your thoughts. One very effective strategy Musashi utilized to keep concentrated and driven was mental discipline. He saw the results of every fight and deliberately and precisely thought about his every action. Likewise, you have to constantly see your path and your objectives. See yourself conquering difficulties, commemorating successes, and keeping to your road even when roadblocks show up. Visualizing helps you to teach your mind to welcome success as certain. Your motivation and readiness to act will be higher the more vividly you can see your success. Visualization helps you to see that the unattainable is within grasp. By means of it, you start to experience the same certainty Musashi experienced in getting ready for fight. Success begins in your head. Step 4. Break giant goals into small steps. Looking at a huge objective can make one feel overawed. The weight of the work ahead can lead one to doubt and anxiety. However, it is almost impossible to advance if your complete attention is on the large objective. Here is where it becomes imperative to divide your great vision into doable chunks. In his pursuit of excellence as a swordsman, Miyamoto Musashi saw his path as one long, slow step toward success. Rather, he concentrated on honing his skills daily. He realized that little, steady gains add up to mastery. Every battle, every training session, every sword stroke was a little step toward his perfect aim. It was about regularly, methodically advancing rather than about always emphasizing the eventual result. You have to change your thinking to see larger picture and accomplish the unachievable goals. Tracking development and keeping inspiration easier when you divide your enormous ambitions into more doable chunks. Every little success you have along the road shows that you are headed forward, therefore strengthening your conviction that you can realize your great vision. For example, if you want to start a profitable company, avoid considering it as one big chore. Divide it into more doable chunks: market research, product development, brand building, lead generation, and so on. Though individually each action seems little, taken as a whole they have great outcomes. One step at a time concentration helps the process to be a lot more controllable and less daunting. Musashi pursued small changes with persistent intensity. Rather of trying to perfect everything at once, he concentrated on ongoing improvement. You have to follow suit, concentrating on one ability, one action, and one step at a time. Consistency is the key. By dissecting your more ambitious objectives, you build a roadmap for success regardless of how difficult the path seems to be. Keep going forward, step by step, and soon enough you'll find yourself near the dream you once considered unreachable. Step 5. Accept fear as part of growth. Though it is inevitable in life, fear is also a potent motivator for personal development. Musashi had anxiety at every turn, even with his unmatched confidence and ability. Fear was always there, whether he was training, pushing himself to his limits, or getting ready for a combat. He did not allow fear, nonetheless, rule him. Rather, he welcomed it since he understood it was a necessary stage of the process. You have to embrace fear as a friend rather than a barrier if you are to see bigger and accomplish the impossible. The warning indication you are stretching your boundaries and on the brink of something fantastic is fear. Every time you experience anxiety, you should realize it is a sign of personal development. Growth cannot occur without fear. Musashi confronted his fear head-on, and from it he grew wiser, stronger, and more competent. Fear has two options: let it paralyze you or let it drive you ahead. Musashi decided to walk through fear, drawing on it as fuel to sharpen his attention and boost his will. Likewise, you have to decide to face your anxiety knowing that on the other side development and success wait. Not something to run from. Fear is something to welcome. You are so reaching for something better, surpassing your past performance. When controlled and understood, fear becomes a great instrument for personal development. The secret is to use fear to propel you ahead, to push you beyond your past performance, not to eradicate it. Every time you face anxiety and overcome it, you grow stronger and more qualified to reach the unearthable goals. Step 6. Stay obsessed with learning. The life of Miyamoto Musashi was evidence of the need of ongoing education. He never ceased studying even at his height of achievement. He honed his abilities, learned from others' strategies, and looked for fresh approaches that would advance him. His quest of knowledge helped him to surpass his rivals and reach excellence. You have to become equally obsessed with learning if you are to imagine bigger and accomplish the unattainable. The world is always changing. Hence, you have to be ready to change and develop if you want to remain relevant. Every event, every person you meet, every difficulty you encounter presents a teaching moment. Musashi was driven not only with perfecting his swordsmanship but also with learning the more fundamental ideas of philosophy, strategy, and life itself. Learning is a lifetime commitment, not a one-time occurrence. Musashi realized that constant knowledge search is the path to actual mastery. He never let his search for excellence rest easy. Likewise, you have to develop a lifetime of learning attitude. Continually learn, whether from books, mentors, or your own experiences. Learning will help you broaden your perspective and acquire the abilities required to reach the unachievable goals. Keep wondering and continuously seek for chances for personal development. You realize more what is feasible the more you learn. Moreover, the more you know, the more sure you get of your capacity to meet your objectives. The secret to Musashi's lifetime success was his passion of learning. Make it yours too. Step 7. Refuse to quit no matter what. The most instructive lesson Musashi imparted upon us is the value of tenacity. Musashi never gives up, no matter how hard the fight or how insurmount the challenge. He realized that although success was not assured, quitting was the one thing that might ensure failure. Though Musashi's road to brilliance was not without difficulty, his vision and relentless dedication to his trade drove him on. You have to grow the same degree of endurance if you are to dream bigger and reach the unattainable. Rarely is the road to success clear or straightforward. Setbacks, mistakes, and times when it would seem simpler to give up will abound. But those are the times when you have to dig more, keep on, and resist giving up. Musashi understood that the will to not give up defines success more than talent could ever do. Every successful person has struggled with uncertainty at times. Their capacity to stay on when times are rough sets them apart from those who never realize their own potential. Musashi's capacity for endurance, even in the face of insurmountable challenges, was his strongest suit. You have to change your thinking as well. Resist to give up no matter how difficult the road gets or how many times you fail. Continue on your path forward. Keep on your struggle. Never giving up helps you to make the impossible possible. The key that opens the path to achievement is endurance. No matter the obstacles, you will finally attain your aim as long as you keep forward. The legacy of Musashi is evidence of the need of tenacity. Put it also under your ownership.